Good morning. Today is July 28th. Sorry, my weekly updates have not been weekly, but this last week I was in Kauai, one of my favorite places on earth. We were there for 11 days, and then of course when you come back from vacation, what happens? You're behind at work. So I've been trying to catch up at work and sell some homes as well. And so I'm gonna take you on a tour of the yard really quick. I'm pretty nervous because I actually haven't really had a chance to look at the garden or the garden boxes or the plants or anything. So this update is going to be a surprise for all of us. We'll all get to see what's going on. And I think I'll start with my plants outside, all the ones I moved outside so the sprinklers would water them while I was gone. And then of course we'll look inside the greenhouse and inside the, or at the garden boxes as well. Also want to let you guys know that I do have a YouTube channel on travel. So if you're ever in Utah and you want to do some hikes, I have a bunch of videos on the best hikes to do in Utah. If you're ever thinking about traveling to Hawaii, specifically Kauai, I have a bunch of videos on that as well that kind of tell you where to go to see turtles and the best places to, just best places to go if you're on the island. And Kauai, I've been to 4 of the 7 islands, and Kauai is the best. So if you're planning a trip to Hawaii, you want to go to Kauai, you want to watch my videos. So I'll put a link to that below. Anyways, let's check out things and see how things are going here. Okay, these are all my plants outside. You can see the carrots that we put into that box. I am not sure if I like what's happening there. I don't think those carrots are gonna work out, but we'll see. Anyways, I'm glad to see that while I was gone, all the trees and bushes survived. Okay, so here are the other trees and bushes that we planted, and it looks like they're all doing pretty well as well. Bunch of weeds growing behind here, great. You can see the raspberry bushes over here have a bunch of raspberries, so I'm gonna send the kids out in a little bit to pick raspberries for me. Yeah, continuing along, you can see tons of raspberries. The blackberry bushes don't look like they have started to produce yet, but we're getting kind of close on a few things here. But once again, you can see these raspberries are looking awesome. All right, looking at the strawberry plants, they are doing awesome. See, the plants are growing so big. For some reason, this one back here died. I'm not sure what happened there. I noticed some animal had dug around it a little bit, and that must have killed it. So other than that, though, they all look really good. And then if you look over here at the rhubarb, you can see, of course, the rhubarb is always doing good, but you can see the carrots are coming along nicely here. Got the walking onions exploding over here, and then all these sad little plants suck so bad. Looks like the one over here must have died, and clearly I need to get in here and pull some weeds. I hate pulling weeds. All right, looking at the tomato plants, it's good to see that they're growing pretty good. The only bad news is I don't really have any tomatoes showing up yet. But you can see this bush here has exploded since I've been gone. So hallelujah. Probably get tomatoes out of one plant this year. Okay, and last we have here, you can see that sunflower has grown like crazy. And it looks like a few of these plants may actually give us something this year. That would be a pleasant surprise. You can see one of these watermelon plants has really grown. Proud of that little guy right there. You can see the pumpkin plant. That one's looking really good. And for whatever reason, that one died. The 2 celery plants right here looking pretty good. And once again, the peppers, just not sure what's happening there. They were looking so good, and then ever since the wind beat them up, they just haven't done that great. I also want to mention this last week, especially while we were gone, we were in the hundreds. So I was really worried that while we were gone, some of these plants out here would die. So I'm pretty excited that I didn't really lose too many. before we go in the greenhouse, I should show you, here's the other group of plants I put outside. Moved the tomato plants outside. I'm glad they survived while I was gone. And you see the cabbage plant looks like it's doing really well also. Okay, let's check it out. So I know we had a peach that was growing here. It looks like it's not there anymore. So anyways, this peach tree will not produce this year. We've got my favorite orange tree, actually my favorite tree in the whole wide world. Hasn't produced anything yet. I'm hoping that we get a couple of little oranges off of this at some point. You can see right here, we got a tiny little orange. Sorry, that zoom didn't work, but you got a tiny little orange right there. I'm praying that it just keeps on growing. And then, you know, you got the grapefruit tree here. Hasn't done anything this whole year. This peach tree in here is looking really good. I can tell already I'm seeing some really large peaches. So I'm pretty sure we may just get peaches off this tree here. And you can see that we're even starting to get a little color on these guys. So might get some peaches. This other little orange tree that's hidden back here looks like it's still growing nicely. We've got the lemon tree back here that really hasn't grown this year. And then of course we have the lime tree, and we all know there was 4 limes growing on here. One of them did fall off, but you can see here, this one is getting bigger. So the lime tree is going to probably produce some limes this year. And then I removed those 2 big goji berry bushes that they just weren't doing anything. And I put the 2 lilykois in their place. And it looks like the lilykois, they're out of control. I mean, I don't even know what to do with these things. There's probably some sort of support I can put up for them. But this one here, look at this thing. I don't even know if you're supposed to trim them like citrus trees or whatever. I should probably do some research on that because that thing is looking pretty crazy. Well, that's it for my update. I appreciate you watching my video. If you found it fun, informative, or whatever, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions or experiment ideas, I would love to hear them. Put your comments below. Thank you.